Alrighty, Wednesday morning. Well, not no school, but no classes, no new lessons. Just answers. Yeah. So 10a, negative root 5 over root 7 minus 3. I got to multiply by the conjugate. The conjugate in this case is whatever the bottom is, but change the sign. So it's root of 7 plus 3 over root of 7 plus 3. Okay, so negative root 5 times root 7 is negative root 35. And then negative root 5 times 3 is going to be negative 3 root 5. If I write slower, the marker comes up nicer. Okay, so now we got a FOIL situation. But remember, we don't need to do outside and inside because they're just going to cancel each other. So the first, root 7 times root 7, is root of 49. And then negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. The reason we don't do the outside or inside, if we do the outside, that's 3 root 7. The inside, negative 3 root 7. They cancel. So you can totally do it. Like, that is the expectation. I'm kind of skipping a step. I'm just teaching you guys the healthy shortcuts. All right, but that's got to be a perfect difference of squares. If there's like a 3 in front of this or a different sign or something, one of these was a little bit different. They have to be identical to each other with different signs. Okay, so let's simplify. That top is not being simplified at all. Negative root 35 minus 3 root 5. Both of those are not going to be simplifiable. The root of 49 is 7. So it's 7 minus 9. We want to simplify this further. That's going to be negative 2. There's a couple more steps we could do here if we want. Negative root 35 minus 3 root 5. And underneath is negative 2. Now, if we want to, it's all negative. It can all cancel. Okay? If we were to take a negative out at the top, going to put brackets around the top, negative outside, this would be a plus. If we do that, that negative outside cancels with this. So really, whoosh. It's kind of like, this is also like factoring. If you want to cancel, if you want to divide negative 1 by everything, do it. 35 plus 3 root 5 over 2. This is 10a. Yep. Okay, now before I get to 10c, just look, because I don't fully understand the comment that was on Google Classroom for me waiting this morning. I did this question yesterday, but I think the comment says I did 10c. Maybe I was asked to do 10c and I did 10d. That might be the case. I'm curious if our textbooks match. Regardless, I'm going to do this. Somebody help me out. Maybe I'm just falling apart here and I don't understand. All right. But keep this on what I'm referring to. 10c. Let's do that. Page 130. Okay. 6 root 3 minus 2 over 5 plus 4 root 2. All right, multiply by the conjugate. 5 minus 4 root 2. 5 minus 4 root 2. Okay, so FOIL. On the top, we have to do first outside, inside, last. We've got to do them all because it's not going to cancel. The top is not a difference of squares. 6 root 3 times 5 is going to be 30 root 3. And then 6 root 3 times negative 4 root 2. 6 times 4 is 24. 2 times 3 is root 6. Inside, negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. And then negative times negative is positive. 2 times 4 is 8 root 2. This is not being simplified. The best that we can hope for is an even number on the bottom to do some canceling. Because it's a root 2, so no root. Root 6 and root 3. All right, so 5 times 5 is 25. And 4 root 2 times 4 root 2 is 16 root 4. So I'll do this whole top mess again. 30 root 3 minus 24 root 6 minus 10 plus 8 root 2. 25 minus 16 root 4. 16 root 4. Root 4 is 2. 16 times 2 is 32. 25 minus 32 is negative 7. So much. Oh, I apologize. You didn't see that. Top is all the same. This was just root of 4 is 2. 16 times 2 is 32. 25 minus 32 is negative 7. This looks like a final answer. There's no canceling. No simplifying going on. What is this one? 10C? Oh, all they did was change the sign. Okay, so they have the exact same thing I do, but all the signs are different, which is really just a preference. So they made this negative, positive, positive, negative, positive. You can do that. Totally up to you. All right. Yeah, okay. I'll just stop there. I feel like I'm just going to start repeating myself. So that's 10C. What else do we want? 13A. What the heck is that? Oh, I think I got room here. What is these little pieces of paper going to do any good? Maybe for notes of some kind to myself. Remember to brush your teeth. All right. I need that reminder. What am I doing? 13A. 13A, page 132. 13A. I'm going to assume that this is part I and not everything. If you need more, I can do more. So we have here 1 over root of 5 minus 1 over root of 3. If this is 1 over 2, pretend it's just, or say 1 over 5. 1 over 5 minus 1 over 3. Multiply this by 3 over 3 and this by 5 over 5. All I'm doing is making it so I have the same denominator, so that I can then add the fractions. And then I may need to get rid of the radical in the bottom, which I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to here. So in this case, I'm multiplying this by root 3 over root 3, and this is root 5 over root 5, which equals root 3 minus root 5 all over root 15. Now, because we can't, can you guys hear my stomach growling? It's so loud. We can't have a radical in the bottom. We've got to multiply everything by root of 15 over root of 15. Root 3 times root of 15 is going to be root of 45. Root of 15 times root of 5 is root of 75. Root of 15 times root of 15 is 15. Now we've got to simplify these guys. 45. Some of you are going to be able to kind of start seeing it right away. 45 is 9 times 5, which means it's 3 root 5. Right? Because if I do 5 times 9 and then 3 times 3, pulling the 3 out, leaving the 5. So it's 3 root 5. 75, that's 25 times 3. So it's 5 root 3. 5 times 15. 5 times 3. For what it's worth, I just wrote this down 3 times 5, but my brain said keep the 5s together. If I had a 3 here and a 5 here, we still have a pair of 5s. They're not right next to each other, but it's still our pair of 5s. So this one's 5 root 3. So there's going to be some more canceling and more work to go here. So this is 3 root, oh, no, it won't. Well, a little bit. 3 root, will it? No. 3 root 5 minus 5 root 3 all over 15. Yeah, I thought, well, 3, it's common 3 in the 3 and the 15, and there's a common 5 in the 5 and 15, but we need to have something common to everything. So it's going to stop there. Yeah, that's the root of 5, root of 3, so those top two can't combine. 13ai. Yeah. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. If I can't remember who, but if the person that put down 13, if you were wanting more, let me give you like a little hint. This one here is, it's longer, but it's not that tricky. It's just, it's bigger, so it's kind of grody looking. So just for a little bit of help for this, if you were stuck on this one, you want to subtract these two things. So this denominator needs to be the same as this denominator. So what you're going to do is you have to multiply this side by this, top and bottom. This on top, this on the bottom. You got to multiply it through. And then for this side, you have to multiply this by the top and bottom. This times the top, this times the bottom. Once you have the mess on top here, mess on top here, then this subtraction sign goes through all the terms on top. And you'll have a lowest common denominator. Both of your denominators will be the same. So you just have it once underneath whatever's going on up here. Okay? And then look to simplify whenever possible. If at the end of all that, like once you're done simplifying, you still have roots on the bottom, which I imagine you will, then you got to multiply by the conjugate to get rid of it. All right. Good. You take care now.